Fiori developers, welcome back to Hi-Fi Tech and Entertainment channel. In this new year, I will tell you a new interesting Fiori videos to gain your knowledge and be confident on your SAP technology. So let's get started. As I said in my previous video, already I showed you how to create a CAP project in Business Application Studio, but I didn't choose the template. By using the commands, I mean in the terminal, by using the commands, I did all the things. But in today's video, I will show you CAP project by choosing the template. So what type of template we have to choose? For that, in your dev space, we have to choose either full stack cloud application or full stack application using the productivity tool. This will be the mandatory to create your CAP project. If you choose normal template, your CAP structure won't be generated. Choose within these two only. So let's get started. Once you select your dev space, the Business Application Studio will load. As you guys know, this one will take some time. Meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please comment us. I will reply within second. See, our dev space is loaded. If you choose a productivity tool dev space, the structure will be like this. Now let's get started. Here, file, new project from template. So while selecting the template, we'll create a CAP project. So if you see here, full stack project productivity tool will be there. Now first I'm select the project, CAP project. I will show you how easy it is to develop our project. So enter your project name. I'm giving my project name as a bookshop. Here, if you know the database, you can choose it. If you know the deployment projects, all the things. If you select this, it will create a deployment structure where you want to deploy. That now, if you select the minimal sample, so it will create some sample data automatically. And this is for your security purpose. So that means what type of productivity runtime capabilities your application want to run. These all things, if you select, the structure will generate automatically based on this. So if you select the add sample content to a project, means the minimal sample data will generate automatically. Then click finish. Now your project will be generated. Yeah. So if you see here, I choose the productivity tool, right? So that's why the structure, it will splits everything in your data model and services. You can see the data model and services things. And this is for the freestyle application. That means if you choose your Fiori template, that all things you can see it here. Now let's go to your explore section. Here, whatever application you created, that structure you can see it here. Now already the AML file is created based on your structure. If you see here, we choose the deployment methods, authorizations, everything, right? You can see that authorization database here HANA database, and whatever the remaining packages, deployment data, all that structure in your metadata AML file, it will create automatically. Once you deploy this, that thing you can see here in your instance. Now go to your package.jsn. In your package.jsn, here we will maintain your authorization structure. Before going to start, first we will install our packages. For that, new terminal, we have to use a command npm install. Yes, so this will install all the dependencies from your package.jsn. Then before going to start our development, first run the application. To run the application, what we have to do, in three menu options, you can see the run configuration. Some people, they have directly here. Now we have to create a configuration. Once you select that, here it will ask you the options. You have to choose development profile and you have to give the name of your configuration. So I'm giving name run bookshop local. This is the name I'm giving. So now my run configuration module is generated. Once you click on run module, this will run the configuration with the sample data. That data you can see it here. Database. Yeah, see, this is the sample data already it's generated. Why? Because you choose the sample data, right? That's why. This is the schema structure. This structure is also created automatically. And if you expand your SRV, this one is also loaded everything automatically. If you remember in my previous video, these all things is I have created the file and I have defined all these things. But here I choose the sample, right? That why this all structure is created automatically. Now what I will do is, before going to do some test, first I will change this entity. As if you remember previously, line by line I entered the complete, I define the entity name and I maintain the association. But here just you have to right click, open with serious graphical modular. Once you select that, already that books entity is created, right? That thing will populate here automatically. Yeah. In case if it's not there, what you have to do is add entity. Here once you select this, click on show details. Now you have to give all your remaining details. Title, description, you can maintain string. Next, price, decimal, 9, 2. Next, currency. Here directly you can choose currency. Based on that, the structure will create automatically. Here currency option is not there. So temporarily I will choose it here and I will load some common libraries. That's it. See, the structure is created. Now if I want to create one more entity, drag and drop. Now change the entity name, authors. Then you have to add the properties. Just I will add a properties, name, string. That's it. See, structure is created. Now as books is written by the authors, so you want to add a relationship to your model, so you should establish that relationship by adding CDS code to your files. But instead of writing your code, here I will show you a graphical modular inside the studio. For that, Here once you select this, here there will be an option, maintain that, drag and drop it here. Once you select that, it will show a population pop-up. Type you have to maintain association, many, name is authors, is books. This one is not required. So books. Yeah. Click on OK. Now that connection is generated. See, authors. Once you write that, you have to give many or one. So just I will close this. Once you double click, you can see your code is generated automatically. Within the authors, associate to many authors. If you want to maintain one author, you can maintain it. In the author section, automatically ID, books, everything is generated. Now let's go to your service. Here we have to add our authors also, right? For that, open with GFS graphical representation. Here if you see only books is there. Here import my books. Now both you can see here. Yeah. Now your serious service is also updated. Now what you have to do is you need to add a configuration for a file to run this database. For that, go to your package.jsn and here you have to maintain your authorizations. What you have to write is you have to load your database, right? So within the requires load db, yeah, here maintain comma credentials. db dot, yes. Now the structure we created. Now what you have to do is if you want to deploy it directly by using cds space deploy. So it will create the service and locate it to your folder where you want to locate it. So we have to remove it here authorization, then go to your configuration, just run the configuration, or else as I said before you can use a command cds watch. Once you run it here you can see the URL. Click this URL and whatever the books entity you can see that here in the, if you click on Fiori preview, there you can see the default structure of your table and filters everything. So next step I will show you how to add your sample data. Two ways we can add it to your sample data. Yeah. Sorry, just first add the columns here. Columns is not here. Let's add the columns. So to add the columns, go to here. Here if you see only ID title cost is there. But if you go to your schema, here we maintain description, currency, everything. So based on this structure, you have to maintain all. So this is the sum data. I maintain it here. directly I copied it somewhere and I pasted it here. So this is the schema. Here, if you remember, the currency I maintained string, right? So I removed that and I loaded some common SAP thing and I maintained a currency here. So it will take only amount. If you maintain any string value, it will throw an error. For that purpose, I maintain this. So then this is the data. Same way, you have to maintain authors also. For that, create new file. The same structure you have to maintain. Yeah. So ID and name. Now we'll run the application. So same way what I did is in this service already one more service is there. If you want to add multiple services, same way like this we can add admin service. So once you add it, if you use the command or else as I said before, if you go to run configuration, once you run it, you can see two services here. Like this way we can run your data. The next step what I will show you is by how to create a sample data. As I said before, by creating a file we can maintain the data. So the next step, if you want to terminate anything, if you give capital C, it will terminate this portal and it will log into your new portal. Till now you guys know how to create a service and how to maintain the sample data and how to add the entity sets, all the things you guys learned, right? Now I will show you how to perform a CRUD operation. That means everything happens at the runtime in the response to it, right? Here, so this service will be implemented. So SCAP comes with a basic implementation that enable you to serve or interact with your service to adding your custom implementation. I mean CRUD requests, read, insert, update, delete operations. For that, what you have to do is just create a file here, create a file, not here. Okay, just create it here. Test.html. Yeah, create the file. Yes, I'm moving it here. So this is the new file I created. Just disconnect this configuration connection and we'll start. Yeah. Let's close all the tabs to clear the confusion. Now I have only this file. Now what I will do is to run your books command, just run the command. If you see here within the catalog, the books command will be there, right? Just run this command. For that, so guys, I created a test.html file. Here, if you see, I'm maintaining the URL. This URL is what we have to maintain it here. See the port. Same port you have to use it. So then only it will work it here. So get the URL port and the entity name and I commented here remaining things. So once I execute here, to execute that what we have to do is here we have an option called send request. Once you click on that button in the right side itself, you can see the data of everything. So this is the code what we maintain here. Here, if you want to read only particular things, so in that case, you have to maintain this. And before one more thing I want to share you, if you go to your schema.js folder, here if you see I maintained an accept call managed. So what it will happen is if you use this manage, it will add the four elements, that is created by, modified by, created at, modified at. Where you can see that is open it, schema CDS graphical editor. Once you click on that, so select the entity set, books entity. Yeah, this one. Show the details. Here, if you go to accepts, here these things will add. Once you remove this, that things won't be here. Once you add it here, the data will be added. So once you added this data, that data we have to maintain it here, then it will come. So this way, in case if you choose the productivity tool, this accepts will generate automatically and you can see the relationships. These all things you can see it here automatically. So now you guys know, right, why I maintain the schema part here. Same way, next what we can do is, if you want to change any currency part, all the things also, you can change it here. For that, what I will do is, let's create a file dot in your database, new file, currencies dot csv. And here in this currencies file, maintain all your, just like currency sensitive, whatever things will be there, that things will support it here. For that, let's maintain some data first. And one more thing I want to tell you is associations. So if you maintain any associations and you want to test it, that, so here this is the command you want to use. So first what I will do is, first execute this. Here if you see only title stock, here what I will do is, I want to select only stock date, title data, then select title. Then if you run, only you can see the title data. And if you want to, we maintain currency associations, right? For that, if you execute that, here the currency navigation property I didn't define in my catalog service. Once I define it, then whatever the data for the currency I maintain, that data also I can maintain it here. Same way, if you want to maintain the languages, that languages also we can maintain it in this modular language. For that association, how to maintain is within the service, as I said before, first within the schema, we have to maintain the association to the currency. Instead of author, I have to maintain the currency. So then the currency data, whatever it is there, it will come. So I maintain here authors. Authors. So then the authors data will come. If you maintain currency, the currency data will come. Next, sap.local. So the localization, that means language also, you can maintain it here. For example, instead of this, you want this, everything is related to the read, right? So you want to do post method. For that, what you have to write is, so once if we want to use the post method, what you have to do is, same way we have to maintain that URL. This content type you have to pass it C. Application JSN, compatibility true, and the items. Here there is no items, right? So you have to maintain, items, ID and title and description, comma description. Like this way you have to maintain. And once you click on the send request, you can see the data here. Here for me, why it is not coming is, the method is not allowed, because if you go to my catalog service, here I maintained only read only method. That's why my post method is not working. If you want to maintain a post method, you have to remove this and maintain the structure. And the next one I will show you is to create a books. I will maintain the structure. Let's show you that. So what I will do is in my CAT service, I'm creating some public service. You can use this to your own. Once you copy this, it will work for you also. I'll share this code in my description. Okay, so this is the service, admin service. I'm going to test it now. Go to your test folder. Here first I will remove all these things. Yeah, so here I will maintain this. I will maintain it here. Instead of catalog, I will use admin. Yeah. So send the request. See, oh, sorry, here I need to comment this. Yeah. Now you can see the read data. After that, this is the public service, right? Now, if you maintain here, I'm maintaining the authorization. That is basic alias. This is the standard authorizations we maintain. If you see my service here, I maintain request.admin. That means we have to maintain authorization, then only it will work. So for that purpose, I maintain this. So go back here, maintain the authorization. This is the dummy data what we have followed. Then send request. See, post method is error. Why it is error? Okay, because of the port, whatever the port is defined, right? That port is not supporting it here. Okay, first let's check the port, then we will enter it here. Yeah, to check the port, CDS watch. Already I'm using this port, so I will choose the different port. 42205. This port we can use. The authors is not exist. Okay, here we maintain the authors. Let's remove it here and execute. Like this, we can test the data and you can execute the things. The next one is the localization. For the properties of localization, first before define your own language, what you have to do it here, go to your schema. Here we have to mention the localized string. So based on that only, we have to maintain your CSV file. For that, then you have to run the application. How to test it means, as I said before, here sap-local-de, then your localization will support. So guys, now you guys know, right, how to create CSV files, everything automatically by choosing the template instead of writing the code line by line. This will help you a lot. And also you guys can know how to maintain the authorization. This is the steps if you choose a full stack cloud application. In case if you choose directly the productivity tool, it will be very easy for you to develop an application. Now I'm choosing the productivity tool. Just give your application name and some namespace. Yeah, finish. So once you click on this here, it will be very easy for you to maintain your database and also to maintain your services. Why? Because if you choose this directly by using the drag and drop, that means by using the graphical representation, you will create complete database and also the complete service and also the annotation, everything end to end. You can do it here. Only if you want to add some common controls, for example currency, that all things, that standard things, if you want to use only that part, if you add it, it will work automatically. So this is the storyboard. Let's go to the storyboard of my project. Once you click on it here it will show you everything: data model, services, UI application. Once you click on add, it will create a schema automatically. You can see that here, and also you can see the schema structure here also. It will take some time to load initially. Yeah. So here add entity. Then once you click on show details, here you will add all your things. If you go to accepts, you can see what are the standardized accepts will be there. Once you click on it, it will add it automatically here. Same way you can add it the associations. Then this one, as you learned in my previous template also, right? Same way, go to your service, create service. Once you create service here itself you can add it to your roles also. See here, add the roles, add the service entity, all the things you can see it here. So here for this entity we can add to your entity data. See, import whatever the namespace you added. Once you add it here, that entity will be added to your service like this. Now again go back, again come here. If you want to add the roles, how to add it is just, it's simple. Select this, define the user roles. Once you click on the user roles, it will ask you individual entity you want to maintain the roles. It will ask you that also. See, this is the default role. If you want to create it a new role I added, then select this role and assign it to your entity. So this way we have to add it any like this. Now again go back to your story point. Here you can see the UI application. Minimize this. Add UI application. Once you click on add UI application, whatever the OData services you created, right, for that automatically it will ask the template, which template based responsive or not. Then UI application template list report. Once you click on the list report here, already if you create the entity name, that all things it will show you here, and if you click on S, then it will generate automatically. So if you choose a productivity tool dev space, your application will develop end to end very easily. So my suggestion is, which template, if you want to develop a CAP project, means productivity tool dev space will be the best option to develop your code. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.